Alright, welcome back to the Madness YouTube. So, it's been a couple weeks since I've done a painting update. That's on purpose. I told you guys, probably wouldn't be seeing much from me. Instead of weekly cadence, probably moving to more of a, bi-weekly cadence. Just because I want to focus on getting this army done. And I did make some progress on the army. I didn't paint a lot of miniatures. I only painted, like 16 miniatures. But that's okay. I did finish the casualty markers, and I did finish the last unit or the King's Guards / Persepolis Guards / Kardaka / whatever you want to call them. So essentially, armored Persians with what most people would call hoplons, what I call aspis, and then just finished doing a little bit of basing because I had a giant stockpile of stuff that needed to be based. So we'll show these guys off here. If I don't knock over the camera. I did do the transfers. They're shiny. I haven't varnished them yet. But yeah, it's the same. It's just the other half of the same group of guys I did last time. So mixed armors. This one did include the command. This is said command. Right there. This is the general or the officer of the unit right there. I did him in red clothes with a purple cloak, just so he stood out a little bit more. He's still a little shiny too. I haven't varnished him. But yeah, of course I had to paint the inside of the shields. Because, some of the padded guys, and then of course the musician. I wish another gripe on this set. I know I keep talking about these Vitric sets. They all have a lot of sword arms and axe arms, but there's not a lot of empty sheaths for these Copus swords. So the only sword you can actually put in the hands of these miniatures are Copus swords, but there's only one sheath per set. So yeah. I tried to take a sheath and cut the hilt off of a different sword, but it looks funny because it's clearly not for the Copus, so that's another ding. I wish they'd have that on there. Overall the Vitric sets are still good and still a really great value. It's just, yeah. So we got all the shields on them, and of course, cutting out shield transfers, putting them on there, and then painting the shields and gluing the shields. That all takes time. The casualties are almost done. I just need to finish a little bit of basing. I painted them to match the various units of my army. The basing's not completely done. I still need to do the ready basing mix. But, I just put some debris on some of them. Some shields on some. I did some blood effect on others. This one is my favorite. He has an arrow sticking out of his chest. He's bleeding everywhere. Not a good day for him. This will be the casualty that goes with my Persian Kardaka guard unit. So I just try to do a little mix of everything. So yeah. All in all, pretty cool. So I got 8 of those casualties done. I got the other 8 for the 24-man guard unit done. And then I did work, and I did shield transfers. So I've already showed this off. But they didn't have their shields on them yet, so I finished their shields for the Greek mercenary general. This is supposed to be for the later Achaemenid period. I chose the seafaring type shield decals. You see the dolphins and the trident there, because this is supposed to be Memnon, and Memnon was from Rhodes. So, if you know anything about your Greek history, Rhodes was a big maritime power in the Greek world. So I gave them the more maritime flavored shield transfers there. But yeah, that is that, and I did pick up the tripod here. I did do the shield transfers for everybody else. So we did get some more product in. Quite excited. I'll actually pause and then we'll come back and we'll look at the product I got. And we'll show those off and in the video. Alright, so the order from Gripping Beast came in. This is the final unit for the entire Persian army. Damn, does it feel good to say that. Over the last 6 months, I've had to buy onesies and twosie units here that I needed to finish out the army, like the Scythian Horse Maidens, the Chariots, the Commands, and then these guys. But this is it. This is it. These came from Gripping Beasts. They're pole mark range, so you know I had to have them. If anybody watches the channel, you know I love Steve Sala. He's the one that does most of the Greek stuff for Foundry, and then he also did stuff for Polemark. So these are the Lycian mercenaries. I like them a lot. They got the cloaks on them. That's what really differentiates them. They're gonna have. It looks like they just have. They're unarmored. They have cloaks, and they'll have the Aspis shields on them with javelins. So this will be a mercenary unit, and I'll be able to use these for Alexandrian armies. I'll just show the command off here. The command doesn't have a musician, does have a standard bearer. And then here's the commander of the unit. He has his sword out, so he probably won't have a shield. He just has a sword out, ready to fight. But the sculpts are typical Steve Sala, typical Polemark. So nothing crazy there. You know, I'm a big fan of the Polemark stuff. This army has a decent amount of Polemark. One of the cavalry units is Polemark. Both the chariots are Polemark, and now this unit of Lycian Marines is Polemark as well. So all in all, a lot of Polemark in the army, and it is a 24-man unit, javelin armed. I might show off one of the other packs here while I don't want to lose any of this stuff here. But yeah, so we're gonna get these guys painted up. I don't have anything ready to go on the priming booth, unfortunately. I've just been trying to finish whatever I have lying around, but I think we're going to do the chariot next. I like these guys because they're holding extra javelins in their hands. I thought these ones were pretty cool. So he'll have a javelin in his other hand too. Yeah, these guys will be painted up. I'm going to do a good job on them, but their color scheme, they're not going to have any crazy patterns in their clothes. They're a little bit more poor, right? They're from Central Anatolia. So we're going to paint them up a little bit more simple. We'll just do some rough linen and wool cloaks on them. But I love figures with cloaks, so I'm sure I'll enjoy painting them a lot. So that's it. We got a chariot and two infantry units. One Kardaka, and then these guys right here I just showed off. So we're getting there. Me and Holy Diver. Holy Diver finished the hot gates up. I wasn't able to get out there. I canceled on him again. I'm sure he's like, big surprise. I've done that to him a few times recently, so not the best wargaming friend. But we got the hot gates complete, so I think we got the date set for the Thermopylae battle, which is good because I'm excited to have that, and essentially we can have any of the battles we want. After Thermopylae, we'll have to do Plantea and Mycale. Mycale's gonna be a little tricky because I need to find some palisades for a Persian camp. That's gonna be a little tricky, but I think we can do it. We'll have to come up. I need to look at some 3D printed options for a palisade, because I want it to be, essentially, at least a 2.5 by 2 feet palisade. Like, I think that would be, 34 by 22 inches. I feel like that would be really good for a Persian camp, and then maybe have some tents in there for the Persian camp, with some booty that the Greeks can capture once they bust into the camp, which they do. So more to be done on that front, but that's what we got done this week. And I'm just going to keep plowing away, and hopefully in a week or two, you guys will be seeing the completed army. I think at least another completed chariot and infantry unit, hopefully 2 completed infantry units, but we'll see. Till next time, guys, keep painting, keep playing.